Hey everyone. So we're starting up some grammar this week, and our first grammar lesson is on sentences and fragments. So when we think of sentences and fragments, I think that some of this is a review for us, but our goal here is to define and identify subjects, predicates, and fragments, and then turn those fragments into sentences. And so we have four definitions this week. With this, it's fragment is how we're going to start. So a fragment is a group of words that is not a complete thought. It lacks a subject, a verb, or both. Or there are times where it is this thing called the dependent clause. There are also other fragments that we'll kind of get into a little bit, but I don't want to bog you down with all of these different grammar rules today. So just they're not connected to an independent clause. You have to have an independent clause to have a complete sentence. And so everything you see in bold just needs to be filled in those blanks here for fragment. Our second definition is a sentence. So what makes a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that expresses one complete or a complete thought. Every sentence is made up of two basic parts, the subject and the predicate. If it is missing either one of those, it is a fragment. Plain and simple, if it's missing either a subject or a predicate, a verb, it is no longer one complete thought and is a fragment. Now, there are other times where sentences become run-on sentences, but that's not this week. That's for a future week. Now, just really quickly, subjects, as a review, hopefully, the subject of each sentence tells who or what the sentence is about, who or what in the sentence is doing or performing the action. And then when it comes to the predicate of the sentence tells something about the subject. It tells what the subject is, what the subject has, what the subject did, or what the subject does. And so that's just kind of a quick little overview of fragments, sentences, subjects, and predicates. We're going to go look at some examples of both fragments and sentences. And remember, we need to have a subject. A subject is a noun, if I didn't say that already, and then a predicate is a verb. So you have to have those two things. So a sentence can be as simple as he went, or he bought, or he slept, right? It's just one subject, one verb. Now, you would like it to be a little bit more complex than that, but nevertheless, it can be that simple. So, fragments. Carefully picked up the rabbit. We are missing something here. Jumped over the wide puddle. We are missing something here. Both of these are missing a subject, right? Who is carefully picking up the rabbit? What or who is jumping over the wide puddle? The lively, fluffy rabbit. This is very descriptive of the rabbit, but what? What about the rabbit, right? So remember, this is missing a predicate. And then you have these complete sentences, right? Angela called. Like, it can literally be that simple. The blue jacket is in the closet. So what's in the closet? The jacket is in the closet. And then without any help, Lee fixed the engine. You don't actually need this part without any help. This is just extra to give us some idea of what's going on here. Lee fixed the engine is all you really need here. You don't need to know that the jacket is blue here. You just need to know that there's a jacket in the closet. And then you don't even know who Angela is calling. You just need to know that Angela called. So we have some practices here. The first three are just going to be the same three you just saw. So carefully picked up the rabbit. We need to add a subject to that. Jumped over the wide puddle. We need to add a subject to that. And then the lively, fluffy rabbit, we need to add a predicate or a verb to that. Now, these are the easy ones. I also wanted to add some more challenging ones on the second slide here. And so these more challenging ones, same idea, turn the fragments into a sentence, and then write the complete sentence on the blank provided. So, and our two main rules that we want to make sure we're following are, of course, starting with capital letter and ending with a punctuation mark. So these are all kind of sentence starters, so either like a participle or a dependent clause, right? But they're all missing something. So here's probably the hardest one in my opinion, because I attended Hickory. I didn't even write the Hickory High School. That's my fault, everyone. Hickory High School. Oh, what is that? Oh my goodness gracious. Because I attended Hickory High School, what? Right? This is known as a dependent clause. And so with dependent clauses, the reason why they're dependent is they depend on something else, right? For it to be a complete sentence, it's generally considered an independent clause. We'll talk about clauses later. I don't want to bog us down with that here as well. But an independent clause is a complete thought. So if I get rid of this because, I attended Hickory High School, guess what? That is a complete thought. But when we add this because, we need to know because what, right? And this can come at the end of the sentence or at the beginning of the sentence. But because I attended Hickory High School, comma, what happened? Or what happened because I attended Hickory High School? One or the others, right? Worrying that a meteor would hit her on the head. Okay, so she's worrying that a meteor would hit her on the head. But what's making her worry that a meteor, or why? What is she doing that shows that she's worrying that a meteor would hit her on the head? And then finally, and let the raccoons, possums, and armadillos in their yard. So we do have a verb here, but we don't have a what. We don't have a subject. We don't know what is causing her to let raccoons, possums, and armadillos in, or causing them to let them in the yard. So this is just extra practice that I kind of want us to look at. This is the harder one, certainly. And then the first slide, I expect mastery definitely on us practicing the first slide. But this slide, I understand if we struggle and we need extra help. And just call me over if you have any questions, okay? And that's really it as far as sentences and fragments go for now. We'll continue working on them, and a few of them will be on our test, but they will be the easier ones like you saw on the slide before. I just want us to start understanding that these are not complete sentences. I want us to just get that idea at least right now. Okay, thanks for watching, everyone.